Welcome back everyone. Today I'm going to review this book, Indira, India's Most Powerful Prime Minister by Sagarika Ghosh. This book is a biography of Mrs. Gandhi. The cover of the book gives a brief and apt description of her life. Insecure daughter, betrayed wife, national heroine, tough dictator. The author is Sagarika Ghosh. Ghosh is a senior journalist and a columnist who has worked with many reputed media organizations like Times of India, the Indian Express, and Outlook. Let's get into the book now. The book covers not just the political aspect of Mrs. Gandhi's life, but a lot more than that. It starts with her assassination. The author talks about the disbelief among people of India when they heard that Mrs. Gandhi had been shot at. And people could not even believe that she could die. Also, this book has been written in a very unique format. The narrative and analysis goes on, but after that, there's letters by the author to Mrs. Gandhi. She's asking questions to Mrs. Gandhi and analyzing the information that she just gave us, and it makes us think about it more and more. So this book is not just a read and read book, but more of a book that makes us think. Um, when we read it, we are compelled to constantly think about the actions, narrative, policies, personality. And for example, after talking about the assassination, she questions Mrs. Gandhi about Sikh riots. Also, Indira Gandhi, as a child and later on in her life, used to write a lot of letters to others, especially when she could not say some things uh, by speaking. So she would write a letter. In the same spirit, the author has tried to write letters to Mrs. Gandhi, but we can be sure that she will not be replied to. She was born to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and Kamala Nehru. Motilal Nehru was her grandfather. So what happened was that she was born into such illustrious family that Motilal Nehru was the richest lawyer in India. They lived in Anand Bhavan and it had 43 rooms and most of the luxuries of that time. The family was expecting that a son would be born to Pandit Nehru because he was the eldest son in the family. But instead, Mrs. Gandhi was born. When she was born, her grandmother became very sad about it. Also, till the age of 10, she was brought up by her parents as a son. When she wrote letters to her father, Pandit Nehru, she signed them as Indu boy, and Pandit Nehru addressed her as soldier boy. Also, we are made to believe that, or there is this narrative that she was very close with her father, but but Indira Gandhi was much more closer with her mother. Her mother used to remain sick most of the time and she was overprotective of her, and they had very intimate and caring relationship with each other. These were the conditions in which she was brought up. Then also she went to Oxford to study, but she fell ill and could not study, and thus Nehru became very disappointed in her because Nehru had this philosophical and scholarly bent of mind, and he wanted that his daughter should also be uh, uh, of the same bent, but she was different. All of this impacted Indira very deeply. She wanted to defy her father, so when she returned from Oxford, she did something that her father disapproved of. She married Firoz Gandhi. She was the Prime Minister's daughter, and he was a colorful man. The marriage was a failure. She left the house where she lived with her husband and moved with her father, who was the Prime Minister of India. And I'm giving all of this, exhaustive detail so that you can broadly understand the circumstances that shaped her childhood and teenage and her married life. Most of it was insecurity and the urge in Indira to be a son to her family. Thus, she was an insecure daughter and a betrayed wife because when she was living with her father in Delhi, she would hear of rumors of her husband going out with ladies, and it was very embarrassing for her to be the Prime Minister's daughter, be so famous, and host parties for people where a lot of people would be there, and so many of them would know that her husband is dating someone else behind her back. I'll only talk about her childhood and her married life because her political achievements and adventures are quite out in the public domain and very well known. But these are the aspects of her life that are little known. I assure you that this book covers all the aspects of her life, and maybe even her legacy. It's a good read if you want to read about Mrs. Gandhi and know more about her. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back next week with a new video. Till then, take care, stay safe. Thank you.